Well, all right, everybody. How are you doing? Happy Easter, everybody. I hope you had an amazing Easter, great celebration with your family. And now it's time to talk some soccer. We are going to go through our experiences of trying to get Inter Miami tickets for those first three games. But I am not doing this alone. I, of course, am going to do it with our friend, our buddy, America's uncle. I mean, or Dural's uncle. I don't know. That's up for debate. But let's welcome in Uncle Ed. Hey, Ed.
How you doing, Peter? It seems I haven't seen you for a long time, man.
Yeah, been a whole day.
Yeah, we actually hung out. It's been a long time since we hung out. You know, this whole COVID thing, but it was good catching up, talking a little soccer, talking a little smack, talking a little Star Wars too. We'll get into that a little bit later.
Yeah,
but yeah, Peter, our ticket experience. We're going to be talking about that.
Yeah, there was, to me, I thought it was a bit of a hot button topic because I was reading so much online about people not happy with the way Inter Miami handled it. And I'll be honest, I'm not 100% sure, but I think Inter Miami handled it pretty much the way most of the teams in the league are handling it that are allowed to have fans. So anyways, we could dig into that a little bit, talk about my experience, talk about your experience, because those experiences are different. And so we'll go through that. But Ed, you know, I know you're a grandpa these days.
Yeah, you know how it is. We get.
Did you hide some eggs? Did you do some Easter egg hunting, or what's going on?
The kids are small, man. So right now they don't really get it. So we really didn't do anything. We didn't go out, you know. No, we didn't do anything like that for the kids. But they won't remember. One's
Who cares?
2 years old.
I don't know. We did. With my daughter was like an infant. We were doing it with her, just kind of carrying her around, going do 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 do. You know, doing all that kind of stuff. I'm in the same boat. It didn't feel like Easter. We have family over. My daughter is 16. We didn't do any egg hunting. She's too old for that. You know, we gave her a few candies and that's about it. And we didn't go to church like we normally would do, mostly because of the whole COVID thing. But hey, I got the first shot, Ed. I'm that half vaccinated.
Oh, nice, man. Yeah, I'm waiting for for them to call me in. Peter's a little older than me, so I guess he has priority. You know, once you get to, retirement age, I guess you go first.
Yeah. And here's the thing. They're opening it up to everybody, right? And I was like, whoa, hold on. Don't open it up to everybody until I get mine, because once you open it up to everybody, the lines get longer. And I'm being totally,
they sure do.
I'm being totally selfish and saying,
right.
Hold on, don't allow the 40-year-olds in yet. Let me get in there first. So I got in there just in time for at least the first shot. Now, in 3 weeks or something, get the second shot, and I'll be good to go.
Yeah, man. Well, depends. Some people get that one shot and they're good. I think Johnson & Johnson's the one that
that's
does
the one shot
thing. So.
Yeah, but Johnson & Johnson's efficacy rating is a little bit lower than Pfizer, and I got the Pfizer just so I don't know if one's really any better than the other, but yeah, I got the Pfizer. So I'm ready to go see some soccer games now, and I could do it being a little more relaxed, and that's what we're going to talk about tonight. But before we get into that, let's say a big thank you to our friends over at Caneswear. Caneswear is where you need to go spend some of that Easter money. Do you get money for Easter? I don't know if you get money for Easter, but go spend your money and buy some Inter Miami gear. Inter Miami gear is kind of Easter color. I mean, pink and, that kind of stuff. That's kind of Easter colors. So go get yourself some Easter themed in mind Inter Miami gear at Caneswear. You could go to caneswear.com if you're not in the area. They'll deliver it to you, or go to visit the store in Davie, and it's just south of 595. Very easy to get to. Mention Futbol, my FMTV 10. You get a 10% discount, and they will take care of you. Good guys over there and gals over there at Caneswear.
Yeah, well, I've got to tell you, Caneswear's got a big variety compared to other stores that I've been to. I mean, not just saying because these guys help us out. Caneswear's got the best variety. If you guys want to get anything that you want, you go do it. Go get it at Caneswear.
Look at this.
Peter, what are you drinking?
In spirit of the holidays, thanks to Uncle Ed, Monk in the Trunk.
Oh yeah, we went yesterday.
Spirit.
We went with the in spirit of Easter. You know, we did the little religious type of inspired drinks.
We still have a couple left here at the house. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Had Ed over to the house, and Uncle Ned made a visit down from New Jersey. I think that's where he's from, and hung out a little bit. And wife cooked a little bit. We made some chicken wings by request, and had some Monk in the Trunk. So there you go.
We had a lot of beer, so Uncle Ed's having some coffee, not like Peter Brown.
I carried it.
So he keeps drinking.
I carried it over into all day. A cold front came in. I had planned on us having like kind of a pool day yesterday, and then into today as well. And the cold weather kind of changed that a little bit. But today it's warm, but the water is still cold. So I strung up the hammock, had a beer every 30 minutes or so for all day. And here we are. Ready
So
to
wow, Peter's been toasted 2 days in a row. 2 days in a row.
I mean, I cut down some, you drink a few beers, get a power saw, cut down some coconuts. It's safe. It's good. That's how you do Easter, right? Got a bunch of coconut trees in the back.
If you guys, that's a nice way to do it. And Peter's got tons of stuff in his back. He's got avocados. He's got, what else did you have back there?
Couple mango trees.
Onions.
Yeah. My wife's got a little garden.
Onions back there.
We got chives. Yes, we got some chives. We're trying to grow tomatoes. She's got some other stuff, some herbs. She's got a few herbs back there. We're trying. You know what I want to do? I was actually inspired by a friend of ours from the old Striker days, Walsh, and he created this big planter, wood box planter. I was inspired by that. I want to make one of those and put those in the backyard. Make it nice. I don't know how to make it,
nice.
But I mean, I figured I could figure it out. I want to do that. So,
Peter, let's
say hi
start
to some
talking
people.
about soccer a little bit. But yeah, let's say hi to some people. We got to say Jose Velasquez was the first guy in here.
Yeah.
Hi, John Jose. Of course, our good buddy Judge Dredd the Law, always one of the first guys in here. We also had Danielle Montenegro. How you doing, Danny? One World, One Goal. She's always following us, always supporting us. Thanks, One World, One Goal. One of the people we've known for the longest. Footballer is also in here. We've got Richard Greenberg. This Eric Thomas guy.
Never heard of him.
We got Kata is in here. One of your favorites, Jet Pancake Peter. He's here. Yeah, we've got Kevin Gonzalez. How you doing, Kevin? And we've got Mike Blitz. Mike Blitz 92. He's in here as well. And we have MB and everybody that is joining us now. Thanks for supporting us. Thanks for listening and putting up with us every weekend. We hope to do, now that the games are going to come soon, we hope to do some live videos from the stadium. And we're going to try to do a couple of away games as well, like we did that LA game back in last year. Yeah. We're going to try to. Our plan was to cover as many away games as well. Try to get on a plane and head out there and check out the games. But unfortunately, everything that happened in 2020 kind of like put a hamper into all that. But we're going to be doing it, Peter. We're going to try at least.
Well, we meaning you, right?
Mostly me, yes. But we're gonna try to get you out there.
All right, maybe we'll try. I don't know. We'll see. As you get older, I'd rather sit by the pool and drink some beer and watch the game on TV, except for when it's in my own backyard. But that's how it goes. But if you guys see, I put the phone number up on the screen. If you want to join into the conversation, if you have a story you want to tell about your experience of trying to get the tickets for the first three games, jump in, tell us your experience, 786-474-4433. 888-866-9135. Ed, so Inter Miami.
Let's talk about the good. Let's talk about the good first.
Okay, we want to talk the good. Okay. All right, well, so the good is you could get tickets. The good is we're in the middle of a pandemic. And here's the thing. I saw a lot of people complaining. And I wanted to yell at these people saying, give the team a break. We're in the middle of a pandemic. I know it feels like it's over. Some people think it's over. It ain't over, folks. We're still in the thick of it. We see the light. We're getting near the end, but we're not there yet. And so the team's got to act accordingly. And so they made it possible in a limited capacity stadium for season ticket holders to get tickets. And now you can debate on how well they did it or didn't do it, but they made it, I think it was fairly simple. Was it perfect? No. Some of that is not on them. It was a Ticketmaster website you're using, so you got to come down on them if you have a lot of the some beef about it. But they made it possible for us to go see some games. Look, they could have had totally closed door games, but they're still trying to figure out a way to allow us into the stadium. So to me, they're making an effort. Is it perfectly done? Maybe not, but this is a learning experience for everybody. How many of you could say you have gone through a pandemic before? Right? Nobody has. None of us have. This is a first time for everybody. So I'd say overall the team did a good job. If we go through a pandemic again, did they learn some things that they could maybe do differently? I'm sure they did. But you could go to the games. What are some positives for you, Ed?
Yeah.
Okay, don't get negative yet. Stay positive.
Well, that's why I wanted you to talk about the positive.
You sounded like you were going down that negative path real quick.
Well, I was hoping you'd cover all the positive because unfortunately I have only negative things to say.
Okay, well then I could tell my story, which is much more positive than yours.
There you go.
And if you looked at that thumbnail, I thought about it afterwards, Ed. We posed for a picture just to take a picture, right? We should have posed thinking thumbnail where I'm smiling and you're not, right? Because that might be really the reality of our story today. And if you guys in the chat have had similar experiences or anything like that, let us know. Okay, here, one real quick. Daniel Montenegro says, I fortunately did not have any issues getting 4 tickets for all 3 games. I do want to talk about the 4-ticket thing, but let's first go down. So, okay, everybody that watches this show knows that I have issues getting the emails from the club about season tickets. The interesting thing is they seem to, there must be multiple email lists because I get all the emails for the team updates, their newsletter. You want to sell me some merchandise? They got that email down, no problem. But when it's time to give me some some good deals on tickets or something like season ticket holder events, I never get those emails. I luckily have friends like Ed that will clue me in that things are happening. Well, this time, I knew that the tickets were, I think it was Wednesday or something. They started to open up these windows. And so I reached out because I also know that my ticket rep no longer works for the club. So I reached out and I emailed, what was it called? Members at intermiamicf.com. So I emailed them saying, what the heck? I mean, it wasn't super negative. I just said, I'm aware that this ticket window has opened for many people. I have not gotten an email. I'd like to make sure that I get this email. I never get emails from you guys. If you could correct that, here's the email address I'd like for you to use. And pretty quick. Well, maybe less, not instantly. It was several hours later. I got an email from a guy. I think his name was Teddy. And he's like, I'm your new ticket rep. And as soon as your window is about to open, you'll get an email. About 20 minutes after that, I got an email from Teddy saying that the next day, which was Thursday at noon, my ticket window would open. So, Ed, I'm all excited that my ticket window is on Thursday. I cleared my calendar. I'm sitting in front of the computer. I got my window open. And I got in fairly easily, no real problems. You get in, you're put into a line. I was like number 56, but that took about 10 minutes to get through those numbers pretty quickly and easily. Here was my biggest issue, and I thought there was something wrong with my browser or something like that because I was going and searching for seats. I see there's seats available. I click on it, Ed, and it shows it's available, but then when you click on it, it says it's not available. That was frustrating. And I'm assuming that's because you got about 100 other people or more in there at the same time trying to do the same thing, clicking on the same stuff. I'm guessing that's what's happening. But it was slightly frustrating. But, you click around enough, I was able to get tickets. But it's like nerve-wracking. I got like sweaty palms almost, Ed. I'm sitting there. I go through it. And here's the thing, too. Here's where the team could have done better. I know I'm rambling. The team could have done better maybe explaining how this is all going to work. I knew that there was credits available. I didn't know how it was working. I didn't really know much. But luckily, I thought the website was fairly intuitive that I could figure it out. So I have purchased 3 season tickets, which equated to around $300 in credit based on the tickets that I bought. And, and I don't have the best seats. I have East Side seats, they're a little bit higher up. Not the best, but they're okay. And so I had a $300 credit. But I decided to not buy 3 tickets because my daughter doesn't really want to go, so I just bought 2. And I used her value to buy me parking passes. So it all worked out. But as I'm going through my ordering process and I'm picking my tickets, I get a timer saying you're 1 minute to complete your purchase, otherwise you lose everything. I start freaking out. I go and I start picking things real quick. I put them in the cart, and then I thought I had the same game in there twice, and then I delete one of the games, which was actually the Atlanta United second game. I delete that by mistake. I complete my purchase. I'm like, oh crap, I've got the first and third game. And if I'm going to get only 2 games, I want the first and second. I don't really care about the Montreal game in comparison.
Right.
Luckily, I was able to go back in, not in line, don't have to join the line again, but I was able to go back in, make a separate purchase for just the Atlanta game, nailed those tickets. I got all 3 tickets, got two tickets to all 3 of those games. I'm set, got parking passes, fairly easy. Nerve-wracking, nervous, excited, nervous, because I'm like, I'm racing against everybody else. I got to do this quickly. I got it. So
you got your stuff.
I could breathe easy. It was. So overall, I'd say, was it a perfect setup? No, because I wish I didn't have to click on things and it tell me it was available and when it wasn't available. I wish that didn't happen. That's a Ticketmaster issue. Too many people in the system probably. But overall, I thought it was fairly intuitive. I think the team could have done a better job of sending out that email saying, this is how it's going to work. A little more step-by-step instructions. Because I'm fairly good with computers and internet savvy and all that. Not everybody is. You might have somebody logging in that's not that great with that stuff. And it might get really confused, really frustrated, really easy.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, it's
is that your story?
Yeah, well, yeah, the frustration's there. Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm not. You're way more technology literate than I am.
But you could get around a website.
You can handle it. Yeah, I'm no dummy. I can do it.
Yeah, right.
But the thing is, you told me you did everything that you did, so you can. They finally answered you and sent you an email. They didn't get back to me I didn't get my window till Friday, which I think was the last day.
And you had a call.
I don't know when it started. Yeah. Anyways, I got my thing. I was happy. I was like, okay, it starts. It was early still. It started at noon. I logged in a little bit early just so I was ready. There were like 30 people already in line. So I was like, okay, from your previous experience, I was like, I kind of knew what was going to happen. So I was like, okay. I wasn't too happy that it had to be on a Friday because it was, I assumed it was the last day that tickets would be available. And I was crossing my fingers that there would be something available. Anyways, so I'm rambling too, but I went into the website. The time started, it became noon and I was able to get in, no problem. As soon as I clicked in, it said all these sections were available. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go where we bought our tickets, which I think was section 115. So I'm clicking on that. Nothing would come up. I'm clicking in other spaces. Nothing would come up. So I'm like, all right, let me look around the stadium. And sure enough, it said there were seats available in my section, but nothing would come up. There were no dots, but there were some seats available in the supporters section. So I was like, all right, well, you know what? I wanted to sit in my section. So I was like, I'm not going to get those tickets just yet. So I kept on looking around the stadium. There was nothing, Peter. And I was like incredibly frustrated. Before I knew it, even those tickets were gone. So, and thanks, One World, One Goal, for saying that I'm dumb.
No, she said the opposite. She said the opposite. Ed is no dummy.
There you go.
She said the opposite. You're
saw
good.
That real quick.
You're good.
It clicked off real quick, so I only saw dummy, and I was like, oh, thanks a lot.
Well, either way,
so,
if she said you're a dummy, that would have gone up even faster.
Yeah, I'm sure. But anyway, so Peter, I was frustrated because first of all, there was nothing available anywhere else in the stadium except in the supporters section, and we have season tickets close to each other.
Yeah.
In a fairly decent area, and I wasn't able to get any tickets, so I had to go to work, and I was like, so I was frustrated. I sent you an email, or I texted you. I think I said, I'm really disappointed. I was one of the last guys. I just felt like, why I wasn't able to get tickets, especially in my section, and worse off to think that there were people that had the option of getting 4 tickets, when maybe they only bought one. So that's one of the beefs I've got, and I know you've got the same.
And that was my biggest issue with this, is that I has purchased 3 season tickets. So based on that, I should only be allowed to buy 3 tickets. But I know I could have bought 4. And I know that several people, a lot of people did that and are now trying to sell them. I've seen it on several Facebook groups of people asking if they could sell them. I've heard, I did not look, but I heard that there are tickets on StubHub. I'm not exactly sure how all that works, because I think I did it the way you should do it. And I'm not passing judgment on anybody. Maybe I am a little bit, but I bought the tickets that I felt like I needed, and that was it. But there are people that bought all 4 tickets just because they can, that they would turn around and sell. Now, if you bought them because you want to invite some friends, fine. But either way, you should have only been allowed to get the number of tickets that you have purchased. Now, I don't know if the Ticketmaster site is intelligent enough to know that. That's the thing. You got to look at the how the website's built and all that kind of stuff. But that rubbed me the wrong way, because you got a guy potentially that got a ticket in the supporters club, 1 ticket in the supporters club section, but now has the ability to buy 4 tickets in the West End and spend a little bit more money maybe, but knows he's going to recoup that money because he's going to sell those tickets for a pretty penny at 3-4 times the price. People will pay. That ain't right.
Yeah, they will.
That ain't right.
And as soon as I got a chance to break at work, I looked it up on StubHub, and sure enough, the tickets were already available. So I was even more mad, Peter, because I was like, okay, it isn't fair. I bought 2 season tickets in a fairly decent area, and I didn't end up getting any tickets. So, there's my frustration.
You got nothing. None for any of the 3 games. Nothing.
Not one of those tickets.
So what was there when you got your invite for the last day, potentially? We assume Friday might have been the last day, and when we say last day, it's because I was hearing through social media that the first game was pretty much sold out. And that was late Thursday. So here you are coming in on Friday, and you got no shot. Now, I'm assuming it was lottery system, because let's say I don't forget the number of season tickets sold, but the season ticket numbers sold is somewhere in 17,000. Majority of the stadium is season ticket holders, and they cannot obviously make every season ticket holder happy. But you would hope that, okay, fine, I logged in late, I did not get the first game, but I was at least able to get game 2 and 3, right? You want to at least feel like you're able to get something, and using your credits. And if you didn't use your credits, they're gonna. So right now, Ed, you did not use your credits. Somehow they're going to give you that money back, or they have not been clear on how that's going to work. Is it credit towards merchandise? Is it cash back? Is it credit towards next year's purchase of season tickets? They have not been clear on how that's going to be, but they did mention that if you do not use, if you are not able, you're going to get your money back. You're not losing it. But
yeah, so how's it going to work, Peter? I mean, all right, we bought our season tickets. We had to purchase these tickets, even though we have season tickets. They're going to give us credit for those games. I mean, how's it going to work? I mean, it's kind of a
so we don't know that.
Here.
And here's okay. Futboler is posting some things in the chat that I think is similar to what I've been seeing across the board. So Futboler is saying for things like this to happen, it only means that Inter Miami is not as organized as it should be, but maybe it is asking too much out of them. I've seen a lot of frustration from season ticket holders. People like yourself that's saying, hey, this isn't right. I gave them my money. In your case, you bought season tickets back day one. And obviously that did not matter. This was not based on seniority. This is, I'm assuming, based on pure lottery. And you're just, when your number came up, your number came up. But it's turned off a lot of people. Now people are saying, like Futboler, complaining about the way Inter Miami handled it. How do you expect them to handle it any differently? You have, I'm going to keep using the number 17,000 because I don't remember the exact number. But let's say you have 17,000 season ticket holders, and you can only allow half of those season ticket holders into the stadium. How are you going to do it differently to make everybody happy? The only thing I can really see that where they may have screwed up is what we talked about before, the amount of tickets you're allowed to get. I think that's the only thing they could really do different, because otherwise, no matter what, you're going to piss off half the people. And everybody that's getting mad, and everybody that's getting mad, you do have to realize they're in a no-win situation. The team cannot make everybody happy. It is impossible to make everybody happy in this situation. So they're in a no-win situation. What would you, Ed, like to have seen done differently as you take a sip of a Star Wars beverage?
Yeah, like what you were saying, they should have, given the season ticket holders the first option, but according to how many season tickets they purchased. In my case, there were 2 tickets. I should have been allowed to only buy 2 tickets. And so in your case, you had 3 season tickets. You should have been able to get the option for 3, which you only took 2, which is pretty smart. You're thinking about other people. You're like, all right, my daughter's not really going to want to go to these games, so I'll just buy the 2 tickets. And that opened up the opportunity for somebody else to buy that extra ticket that you didn't purchase. But you're right. I mean, there's nothing. What can we really do to tell the team that we're disappointed, other than we're doing it now? We're saying, okay, I feel like I got cheated out of it. There's going to be people that are going to feel even worse than I do, and they're going to call up and probably want their refunds. Because it's been a year since we've been to a game, and it's probably going to be another year until, or at least half a year, where my money's just been sitting there. Right. And I'm going to benefit from it,
Yeah, exactly. So Futboler followed up. I don't think this makes anybody happy either. In order to not make anyone mad is to not allow any fans at all for the first game. As simple as that. It's not as simple as that, because now you're going to have people that are saying, I paid to get into this game, and you're still not allowing me to get into this game. I'm done with Inter Miami. I'm out. And I saw plenty of posts like that. People that are frustrated, like you said, I spent money almost 2 years ago now, and I have not even gotten to see a single game, right? There's a lot of people that are in that situation. And you're going to get, if you're diehards like us, you got our money no matter what. We're going to be there.
Right.
But there's a lot of people that are just kind of like checking it out, or I've been burned one too many times, right? So if you're an old soccer fan, you've been through the Fusion, you've been through Miami FC, you've been through the Fort Lauderdale Strikers, you've been burned so many times, you might be a little bit done with it. And if it's not a perfect situation, you're done with it. And that's what I'm definitely concerned with. I saw another comment in here. JV was saying that, hi guys, my rep was clear. Credit goes to next season and or playoff tickets. Okay. Well, see, that's the thing is it sounds like JV spoke to his ticket rep. And I did not. I emailed, and that was it. And my ticket rep was fine. But and more conversation in the chat. Mike Blitz 92 is saying Inter Miami CF is a mess because at their very least their communication is subpar. Kata says they just do not communicate well, and I agree. Their communication department is weak. They on several fronts, I don't know where the problem is, but we all know that they like to be very secretive about dumb stuff. They don't like to tell us what happened in preseason games. Meanwhile, I know what happened in the Orlando City game because I saw it on Facebook, right? But Inter Miami, you're not going to hear if they won or lost. All we know is that they came back from Bradenton because of COVID, right? But we don't even know details on that. So they're very, very secretive. I don't think this is secretive so much as just could they have communicated better? Absolutely. You've got to think, and I know this just from my business. I'm in the technology side of business, and we deal with people using our websites on a regular basis, and we have to make them dummy proof. You have to make it so that your most basic person will understand it. And the rest of us will feel like, hey, you're just over communicating, and I appreciate that. I'd rather have too much information than not enough. Right? Even if I don't need it, give it to me. And so I would agree with some of what the people are saying here. About
there's not much. There's not much we could do other than tell them our frustrations and hope they do any better, because I don't think there's any solution for this. There's not gonna. I mean, they're not. I don't expect anybody to call me up and say, Ed, I heard that you didn't get tickets. Here's a couple tickets. I don't think there's any tickets for them to be able to give away. So it's a tough situation, like you said. There's not enough. I think we've got season tickets. What was it? 17 or let's say 16,000. Not even a fourth of those are going to be able to go into the stadium right now. I think that's what they were saying, like 4,000 people.
Is that what it is? I remember earlier they wanted to try to get anywhere from 6,000 to 8,000. So I don't know. That's just it. Again, communication. We don't know. And we're season ticket holders. Now you got yourself that's frustrated. You got no games. Did you try to reach out to your rep again saying, hey, I got nothing?
I haven't. It was I had to work, and the weekend came up, and I'll probably give somebody a call tomorrow and see if I can, if there's anything left, or, hey, it's Uncle Ed. Maybe, they see us here and they'll hook it up.
I have to ask. Was there a moment when you're sitting there going through this frustration that you're saying to yourself, don't you know who I am?
No, I never thought that, Peter. I never think that, because there was a moment, I think I may have thought, dude, it can't be that I'm one of the reasons why there's a damn team here. We for so long. My picture is only
plastered next to David Beckham every time you see the stupid picture.
And I don't get a ticket into my team. Whatever. It is.
So
that
is. That whole thing never crossed your mind. It sounded like it might have a little bit.
A little bit. I was like, I can't believe,
after all I did for you, after everything I did, this is how you reward me.
Exactly. It's just whatever, man. It is what it is, but I've been negotiating. If you guys don't know, there's a negotiation ongoing.
So let's talk about that. I have 2 tickets. Oh, we do have a voicemail.
Peter Brown.
We do have a voicemail. So we'll get to this voicemail in just a minute. I have 2 tickets. I plan on taking my beautiful, lovely, caring, amazing wife. She does so much for me. The least I could do is take her to the game.
Yes.
Right?
She's a good lady. She deserves it.
But then
to go and watch the soccer game with you.
Then I also have I have my compadre, my right hand man, my buddy, for on Football Miami TV, who's left homeless almost as far as tickets go. He's
nothing,
empty hands.
Yeah,
and
nothing.
I care.
My wife, even my wife is frustrated. She was going to go with me. She's going to go to all the games with me. So I bought that extra ticket for her so she could be there rooting with me.
Right.
And she can't go, but she was. My wife has been very supportive. She knows I'm sad, and she said, if you're able to get one ticket, you can go. She said, you can go.
Just one ticket.
One ticket.
And I think my wife picked up on that because, as I mentioned, how amazing my beautiful wife is. She's also one of the most caring people you'll ever meet. And she was here. Ed was here at my house yesterday, and my wife saw the tears rolling down his face when we talked about the game, the frustration in his eyes. And she said, I got a ticket. What are you going to give me for it?
Negotiations ensued.
And negotiations ensued for a good portion of the day or night. And at the end of the day, Ed, I don't think it was ever finalized. I don't think
was ever finalized.
The deal. And I'll tell you this. There was talk about money a little bit, but then there was also talk about one way to maybe procure a ticket or two or three was to maybe do some dishes. Exactly. She was ready to put your butt to work.
And you know what, Peter? For my team, I would have washed, all the plates in the stadium for, to be able to see my team play.
Oh, hang on. One world, one goal says, Peter, give Ed that ticket and ask Mrs. Peter to wait, please.
Oof, I don't know about that.
My wife is a good negotiator, right? So I think she is willing to give up that ticket for the right price. But what I was reminded of this morning, Ed, is that no dishes were done by you.
Well, the thing is, we use paper plates, Peter. So I volunteered to wash some plates.
There wasn't a whole lot to wash.
Yeah, so I think she wants me to come back another day when you guys, I think you guys going to accumulate all those dishes. Yeah, and Uncle Ed's going to have to clean the house, clean the pool. Maybe even the canal behind your house. I might have to even
needs a little work,
clean
right?
that.
We saw that. It needs a little work.
And Uncle Ed's willing to do all this extra work just to be able to go and see Inter Miami play.
So I know One World, One Goal thinks that my wife should give up that ticket. I don't know about the rest of you guys. How should I handle this situation? Do I give it to, say, Ed, here, you've been with me. You've been my brother in soccer for so many years. I owe it to you. Or do I give it to the woman I lay next to?
To your wonderful wife who's going to go to heaven for marrying you. She's
because that alone, was something, right? But
that'll get her into heaven for
right
sure.
Right there, that alone. But I don't know, Ed. That is a bit of a conundrum. And
we'll be filling you guys in on this because I think negotiations are going to keep going on for a couple of days, if not weeks.
What should I do, everybody? Everybody in the chat, what should I do?
Yeah. What should Uncle Ed do to try to secure those tickets? That ticket.
Yeah.
One ticket.
Yeah. Look, and Ed, just to put a little more fuel in that fire, I'm coming up on my 20th anniversary this year.
Oh, wow. What do they give people for 20 years? That's a long time.
I don't know. The way I look at it, me and my wife were talking about it today, and I was like, asking my wife's cousin who's here with us, giving me some ideas on like what can be an affordable, because we don't have a ton of money right now, affordable 20th anniversary trip or something like that. And me and my wife kind of looked at each other and said, look, this house is the 20th anniversary gift. Right, because we bought it during pandemic. We're in this house less than a year, so there's constantly projects we got to work on, constantly things we got to do. We looked at each other and said, "This is the 20th anniversary," but I still feel like I got to do something. I got to do something small, and an amazing 20th anniversary gift would be taking her to the first 3 Inter Miami games.
Oh wow, yeah, that's definitely a good present.
Yeah.
And, Uncle Ed's just going to have to stay at home and watch on TV. Are they even going to be televised?
Jazz Fusion says, if you gave your wife your word, don't go back on it. Ooh. you're out, Ed. According to Jazz Fusion, you're out.
Looks that way, man. Yeah, there's
Kata says
not much
trade.
I can do.
Kata says trade for ticket. Give the wives a whole day to do something they like. So yeah, there you go. It's look. Here's the thing too, Ed. I thought, I'm not 100% sure, but I thought I heard your wife say yesterday, "You're not going without me."
Well, that's at first what she said. She did say that. Yeah.
So the only way to get away with this might be, and the only way a little peek behind the curtain, the way I saw your wife kind of open her eyes and be a little more cool about the situation is when you gave her the credit card.
Yeah, I said, baby, if I find that ticket, you can go shopping. I gave her that credit card.
So that may be that may be what we have to do is say to both wives, you come, you bring your wife, the two wives, they go do their own thing, and we go do ours. That may be the solution. So everybody.
That might be the solution, Peter. But my wallet won't be happy, but they will be happy.
Right. All right, Ed. We've got a voicemail here at 786-474-4435. Let's take a listen.
What up? It's your main man, Uncle Ned, America's favorite uncle.
America.
All I wanted to say is fam. Damn. Well, I wanted to wish the family, happy Easter, happy Pascua. I hope everybody's staying safe, staying away from that coronavirus because it's out there killing people. And I hope you're enjoying your time with your family. Uncle Ned is going to make it nice and brief. I enjoyed my time with the fellas yesterday, my boys. Let's give it up for Darrell's favorite uncle, Uncle Ed. And downtown, Peter Brown. Enjoyed some good chicken wings, some buffalo wings, and we got to talk and chill and all that, and discuss our favorite group, Enter Miami. Just real quick, I just wanted to. I'm hoping that the staff and the players for Enter Miami are staying safe. We got a little scared this week that the COVID bug hit the Bradenton training site. So I don't know if our guys got sick, but if we have anybody on our staff or anybody as far as players, I hope they're staying safe. Other than that, I'm excited that we got Kevin Leardam and we got Dobin Jones back here into Miami. We also got Gregory. He's over here at the training site over here in Fort Lauderdale. And I even heard there might be a Shawcross sighting. But, of course, they're being isolated until they pass the COVID protocols. So I can't wait. Hopefully sometime this week, everybody as a full squad will be out there on the pitch training and whatnot. So exciting times to come. I'm a little bit worried about how we're going to look because we haven't been able to train against live competition, only against, split squads with the team. So hopefully we can Neville and Henderson and company, they can get this team righted for our debut. We got 2 weeks to go. And in Miami, stay in there, hang in there, fight hard, fight strong, fight fast. And I can't wait to see you guys in 2 weeks, man. To everybody again, once again, stay safe, God bless, and have a happy Easter. Feliz Pascua. Talk to you guys later.
All right, nice message there from Uncle Ned. And there's still some more comments coming in. We'll talk about what he said in just a second, but there's still some comments coming in. Shamari Campbell says, if they win the first game, Uncle Ed can get the second game. Well, hang on. That's penalizing me. That means I can't go to the second game for the game that I purchased. It doesn't work either. That I am.
Hey, I'm okay with that, Shamari. So
I might be.
Thanks for looking out for Uncle Ed. I'll keep you in mind next time we do a giveaway. Just.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna fix that. You're gonna fix the giveaway now. That's how we're doing it. The fix is in.
No, I wouldn't. I would never do that, Peter.
Troy is saying this is an opportunity for supporters groups to draw people at non-stadium locations. Hey, good idea. Supporters groups. Although, yeah, look, they were pretty clear that the supporter section is not going to be socially distant. That was interesting. That was an interesting thing, is that they said the entire stadium will be socially distant, but not the supporter section. So that means they're cramming everybody in there. Look, if you're a supporters club member, you're going to get to go. And Ed and I are supporters group members of the Southern Legion, but we just want to sit in better seats. We just want to sit somewhere else. As you're getting older, you want to sit and actually sit and enjoy the game as opposed to. But that is a good point by Troy. If there are any supporters clubs members that did not get a chance to go and get tickets to go and have watch parties at local establishments, bars, what have you, it's a great chance to have some fun and watch the game with your friends. Good idea.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of supporters weren't able to get tickets either. So it's not like they're not going to totally sell out. That's that whole area. I'm not sure how many 6,000 people I think fit in there. If I'm not mistaken, might be less.
Yeah, I think so.
The thing is, they can't cram people in there. They only have a certain amount of people that could show up to the stadium. I don't think the city's going to let them cram people in there.
But they said they're not socially distancing the supporters group. So they may not.
Everybody's got to wear their mask though.
I think they're going to probably have a mask mandate. But I've watched some of these games where people
pull them down. Yeah, there's people that just aren't going to that's I'm just want to tell people, if think about other people, don't think about yourself. Don't be greedy in that sense where if you really had it, you don't care what's going to happen to the other people. You could still carry the stuff with you. So
but here's the thing too,
I don't think it's right.
We don't know your history, right? I don't know that you got the vaccine and that you're good to go. I don't know that. You're not wearing a sign. Everybody needs to wear a mark on their forehead that says that they've been vaccinated. We're not doing that. So I don't know if you've been vaccinated or not. So I'm looking at you with your mask off and I'm judging. I've never been very judgmental, but I have become judgy. When I start watching people walking around with it under their nose, and if you're one of those people and you watch us, pull the damn mask up. Even if it's just for show. Like, look, once I get fully vaccinated, I'm half vaccinated now, but once I get fully vaccinated, I guess, theoretically, I can walk around without a mask. But I know that I still need to wear it just to show the people around me that I care about them. They don't know my history. They don't know what I'm doing. So yeah, wear your damn mask, even if you're sitting in the supporters section.
Yeah, you heard Peter Brown. I'm with you, Peter. Peter. All right. What else do we have, Peter? I mean, we already talked about our frustration about the tickets. Let's talk a little bit what about Uncle Ned said. We've got our players in camp. So everybody is now here. Everybody that we've got under contract is here, except I think Pizarro still might be with his Mexican team. Is he back? I'm not sure. But I'm not sure.
But everybody that's under contract more or less is here. And so that's positive. And we saw them, they're training. They may be training amongst each other. They're not fully integrated into the team, but they're here. They're training. They're at least getting acclimated to the city. And we know that, who was it? We saw a social media post, was it by Leardom?
Yeah.
I think. And we know that he showed his picture from his car. We know that he's already got his T-Mobile. He's already hooked up with T-Mobile, so he's good to go with his cell phone service, and because you could see it in the picture. So everybody's getting situated, getting everything that they need to get done, because that's also a big part about bringing players in. It's not just getting integrated into the team, but getting integrated into the city. You move into a new area, you're a little discombobulated for a while. How about that word, Ed? How about that? Discombobulated.
Yeah, discombobulated.
Is that word of the day? Word of the day right there.
Bust out the thesaurus, man.
The what? Dude. I busted out the what?
Thesaurus.
Thesaurus.
The thesaurus.
Thesaurus. Okay, say it right.
I did say it right.
I don't know. It didn't. It sounded like you said thesaurus.
No.
Like you're from Barcelona.
Oh yeah, you've got that little accent.
Like if you're from Barcelona. So, anyways, yeah. So I'm happy that we got our players here. And I'm so excited. We are so close. I'll tell you. I'm sad for you, Ed, that I'm going to get to go to the game and you're still in negotiations. But
those negotiations might not work out. So that's I might not go to the games, guys.
Look,
so.
Ed, between you and me, my wife doesn't watch this, or maybe she does, but you'll get the ticket. But just between you, you'll get the ticket. But I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Maybe.
Otherwise, I would have gone to the games. I would have stayed outside while you went to go watch.
That was just it. And you told me earlier that which I had told you ahead of time, because I could have bought 3 tickets, and I could have bought 4 tickets. So both of our families, right, could have gone together. I just
didn't think we were going to have a problem, though.
I didn't think you were going to have an issue either. I know you were
Yeah.
having an issue in that, hey, they hadn't responded to you yet, but I knew you were on top of it. And I know your ticket rep. Your ticket rep is Philippe, and Philippe is awesome.
He's
right?
good.
He's
Yeah,
good.
he's awesome.
So
Yeah.
I knew you were in good hands. I didn't think you would get nothing. And so I just bought what I needed. In retrospect, it would have been great had I, bought more than what I needed, and then I just include you. But
next pandemic, if this happens again, if you get the chance to buy the 4 tickets, I'm just going to say, Peter, buy the tickets.
next pandemic, when COVID-20 comes around?
Yeah. When COVID, yeah. Ooh. Or 21. It might be 21.
Oh, what? We've already got 20?
Yeah. Well, no. They might change it. They might just skip to 21 because it's 2021 or whatever.
Oh, okay. Hey, Eric Thomas wants to know, what do you guys think of Enzo Zidane training with the group? What do you think, Ed?
Well, I mean, Peter, this kid, I think he was training with Real Madrid. When
he was young.
My take is, why is he trying out with us and not, with that team? He's not that good.
Well, I don't remember the teams that he played for, but I know he bounced around some of the lower level Spanish teams, like maybe second division, something like that. I read the article on him. I don't have it in front of me, but he bounced around a little bit. It's one of those things where you get excited. Zidane? We're going to get Zidane? Yeah. You know what? I don't know if the son is, we're not getting the dad here, right? So
right.
And you know
he's
what?
Not as good as the dad.
I might still take the dad at his age.
He could probably still play, but that guy would be a lot of money. But Peter, I don't think they even have. This kid would probably be international unless he was born. I don't think he was born here in the States.
Not that I'm aware of.
We don't have. I don't think we have any international spots available. Unless we get rid of somebody.
As far as I know, we do not have any international spots. However, like we've talked about today, Inter Miami doesn't really communicate well. But if you're following along, I'm pretty sure we're out of international spots. I thought I read that somewhere once before. Maybe it was Franco Panizo, our buddy, or maybe it was somewhere else. But I think we're out of international spots. So that means he's got to be good enough. So here's what I would like to see. Why not put him on Fort Lauderdale? He's good enough. He's good enough to be training with the team. He's been training the entire preseason, so he's good enough to be here. Unless it's just, hey, we're doing him a favor for Beckham. But anyway, sign him to the Fort Lauderdale team and let him prove himself.
Right.
He's good enough to still be here, because they could have brought him in for preseason, had him here for a week, and said, "You suck, get out of here." But he's still.
Do you know
here.
what position he plays? I didn't even check to see what position. I mean, I saw it on the internet. I think they put a tweet or something. I think it was Panizo that put it up, and but I didn't really read through it, so I don't even know what position he's playing. If he's good, I mean, I didn't even look it up, because I was just like, well, it's just Zidane's. I mean, I'm sure that he'll sell jerseys. Mm-hmm. If they want to sell Fort Lauderdale jerseys, that'll go. Which, by the way, are there any Fort Lauderdale jerseys available? I would want to buy one. I saw one of the guys in one of the supporters groups that was wearing one. How did he get in his hand on the Fort Lauderdale jersey?
No clue about that. I didn't. I'm not sure.
Must know somebody on the inside, but I kind of like the jerseys. I'd like to buy them.
I would too. I am a Fort Lauderdale guy. I would rock a Fort Lauderdale CF shirt in a heartbeat.
So, Caneswear, hook us up. Well,
let us know if they're not for sale, I've talked to them about it. If it's not for sale, it's not available. It's not available. I did talk to him about it, saying it would be a good idea. So he's a midfielder. The 20. While you were talking, I was just I was mentally telling you keep going. Fill
And
time.
I
can research.
See, Peter, we're right there, man. We're just like
26-year-old midfielder known as Enzo began his career at Juventus and Real Madrid academies and was on the roster for Madrid's first team in 2016, but was unable to break into the lineup. So he's a midfielder.
26. I thought he was younger, man.
Yeah, he's 26. So not much else on him in this little Yahoo article that came up when I Googled. So 26, and so he's not a little kid,
I thought he was. I thought he was still a kid, but there you go. 26 years old, midfielder, and he's played in a couple of teams, but he hasn't been as prolific as his dad. So he might sell some jerseys. Zidane in the back,
just because Zidane's name, but we're buying him based on his dad.
Right.
Let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
You're not getting it for that for the kid. Here, he played in Spain's second division with UD Almeria, if I'm saying that right, where he made 4 appearances before being released in October. So sign him for Fort Lauderdale. See, if it's like a no-loss situation. You sign him for peanuts. You give him an opportunity. If you can prove yourself, you can make it to the first team, then we got him good. We got a cheap guy, and probably assuming he's cheap, that might, like you said, sell some jerseys because of his dad's name. But bring him in and see what he can do in the Fort Lauderdale club.
Yeah, give him a chance. I'm okay with that. Let's see what else we got, Peter. Anything on the chat room?
Yeah, I'm looking through the chat right now. Jazz Fusion saying he's ancient. One World, One Goal says a 26 is too old for that. Sorry, we have no sympathy in this chat.
Yeah, it's just the name of dad isn't gonna help you out, but
here
that's what it comes down to.
Cameron Shaw is asking, do you think the lack of preseason fixtures will have an impact on the squad's start to the season? It could. So we know that right now they're just inter-squad training, right? Because all these games that they were going to play in Bradenton were canceled. So they came back down. We don't know exactly why, other than some COVID concerns out of, concerns for that.
One game that they did play, they lost against Tampa Bay.
Right.
Against the Rowdies.
And that's not something we're excited about, right? So they lost. And
so it's not a good time.
No. So, yeah. Look, they got to come out of the gate strong. First game is the Galaxy. Now, the Galaxy is not what they used to be, but I believe in the Galaxy's new coach, and he did well in Toronto. So I think they got the right guy for the job. If someone's going to turn him around quickly, it would be him. So, we got to come out strong.
Wow. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I mean, LA's got Chicharito, who's been underwhelming, as we are as well. So,
Troy
we might have a chance.
Troy says Miami needs to make winners, not friends. So he's referring to Enzo. We don't care about your name, Enzo. If you're not good enough, you don't make the squad. And 26. I think we're doing him a favor, letting him. One World, One Goal says, really is an issue, Peter. Remember when I said they need to sign them by December 1st to gel by January 2010, not only 1 week, no games. Right. And when One World, One Goal said that it needed to be done by December 1st, I think I said something to the effect of it's not going to happen. Right. We know this club does everything late. So will it have an impact on the first couple games? Very likely. So it'll be interesting to see what Phil Neville can do for bringing this team together. That we talked a lot about how he's important part of for him is the team philosophy and getting the right thought process through the club. Maybe even more so important than say the X's and the O's is just getting them all unified and being and of one mind. So if that's all he gets accomplished, then he's done something, right?
Gotcha.
Last question, I think, of the night, because we're about to wrap up, is Alejandro Michel saying, what players do you think are going to stand out this season? So name like one or two players you think are going to stand out, Ed.
Well, definitely Morgan's. He's probably the only player in the whole team that I think everybody would agree was the best player. I'm looking forward to seeing what Morgan's got to give us this year. I think Pizarro needs to step it up.
Make or
I think
break.
He needs to. Yeah, I think he needs to let go of the ball a little bit more. It was exciting to see him with the ball because he can handle holding onto the ball, but sometimes he held on a little too long. He needs to become that playmaker, let go of that ball quick and precise, and hopefully Higuain needs to also, he's got that paycheck. That those two guys have these paychecks that they need to really start making people see why they're getting paid more than the rest of the team, and being one of the most expensive players in the league. So, and I think Higuain is the most expensive player in the league. So he needs to score some goals. They need to be leaders, and and stop arguing with the refs. Just play some soccer, score some goals, and make things happen.
Jeff Pancake says, if Azcona gets minutes, my bets is he will become a breakout player. Oh, it'd be awesome. Be exciting to see that. Kada is saying Pellegrini, Higuain, and Gibbs are who he's looking for. I would also throw in there for me Gregory. I think Gregory is going to be a sleeper. I think Henderson had his eye on Gregory for a long time. I was going to say many years. I don't know, at least 1 year. For a while, he had his eye on him, and he tried to bring him in as a DP. We got him in as TAM. Great job. So I think that Gregory should be on that list of players that you're going to expect to break out, have a great year. And if he's as good as we're hoping, that might free up Pizarro to do a little more creativity, be the number 10 that I know he's never really been, but he's expected to be. And
free up Matuidi and to help out with some of those passes.
Yep.
I think that could work out pretty well.
Yeah. All right, everybody. I think that about wraps it up. I could smell, Ed, the food cooking in the other room. My wife is making a late dinner, and I could smell it. And I need to go and eat dinner because I drank way too much beer, so I need some food.
Sounds good. Do it, Peter. It's thanks, guys, for putting up with us another week. And we're excited because games are going to start pretty soon.
So close. And, we're so close. We're there.
Yeah,
it's right around
it got to the point where I thought we were never going to play again, Peter. But here we are. We're ready to go, and expect some videos from us, more videos than usual because of this, and at least some live ones from the stadium, I hope.
Yeah. So a little pre-post game stuff like that we'll do, even if it's only 30 minutes or so. We'll do a little something, try to do some, on the fly. And so especially if those of you that are from maybe out of town, I know we have people watching from all around the world. So maybe we could take you inside a little bit from our perspective. So we'll try to do some of that. So thanks so much, everybody, for watching. And as you see there on the bottom of your screen, go to Caneswear and buy all your Inter Miami gear. They got everything right there at Caneswear. So go support local businesses like Caneswear. And this time it is super important to support your local business. So everybody, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate everybody in the chat. You guys were awesome. You're very active, and I love it. So thank you to you guys. And if you are not watching live, what are you doing? I appreciate the fact that you're watching this on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's great. But join us on Sunday and get into the chat and have some fun with us. And it's interactive. Give us a call on voicemail. Get involved. It's a lot of fun. Thanks so much to everybody. Please like, share, and subscribe. And we will see you